Alright everybody, today I got two new products we're going to be reviewing. Both these products can be found on Amazon for relatively cheap. First up we have a weapon mounted light. Don't really care for that, but if you want to save some money, this was a $20 light. The Security LNG. It's got a quick detach. We'll go ahead and put it on. As you can see, the firearm is clear. And it mounts relatively simple. There we are, fully mounted. Has regular beam and strobe. For $20, this is not bad at all. One thing I don't like about it, when I was just carrying this around in my pocket, sometimes that got accidentally kicked on. I think there should have been more resistance in that spring. It's real easy to turn the light on and off, which can be a pro or a con. The other, once again, $20 light. You know, if it doesn't hold up for, if you get 6 months out of it, you got your money's worth. For $20 light, you can't go wrong. Let's go ahead and take it back off. And this is the other thing I don't like. That spring is really strong, and it's real easy to get your fingers pinched in there. This takes a CVR, I believe it is. It's an oddball battery. I had to go to Home Depot to get this. You're not going to find this at like Circle K or your local convenience store. It's got a very strong spring to it. And the batteries aren't real expensive either. I got two of them for, I think, $5. Alright, let's go ahead and get this back on. And, of course, since we have a weapon-mounted light, we need a new holster. And I was a big fan of the Blackhawk Omnivore. If you've seen my other video, I had the non-light bearing. This one is the X300, the Surefire X300. This can also be purchased on Amazon for around $25. Now, when you first try and put this in, it's going to be very tricky. I've already worn a channel into it. These releases seem to catch on something on the inside. Let's see if I can show you in here. Down in there, there's some channels. You do not want to get caught up on the top of those channels. If you do, it's going to ruin your whole day, because it creates so much tension that even when you're pressing the thumb release, to make long story short, I had to take the whole holster apart because I was on top of that rail instead of under it. So it's almost a level 3 with this little flaw, because you have to somewhat tilt it, push it in there. It retains really well. And I had to put the long extension on because you have to push that plunger the whole time throughout your entire draw, and then back in, back out. It's got really good retention, but you're gonna need to wear it in a little. You gotta just constantly draw and put it back in. See there, it's getting kind of caught up there. You have to make sure this part of the light is all the way down. Sometimes even give it a slight tilt and slide it on in. You don't want to get up on top here. If you do, it will ruin your day, believe me. But just keep wearing it in, and you'll find that after some time it just wears a channel in there and it holds really good. Now, some things you need to be aware of on this. This is not perfect by any means. If you pull on this hard enough without even pressing the plunger, you can get it this far. It's not going to go any farther, but here's the issue. See how much access I have to the trigger there? That trigger can be fully depressed and the gun can be fired. But it will not come out unless that plunger is, that thumb release is pressed in. So that's something just to be aware of. You know, it's not like, you know, it's real loose. You have to really pull on it to get it that far, and then depress the thumb release. You know, if you're on a budget, I think it's a pretty good light. I sure can't afford to pay $200 or $300 for a Surefire X300, and that's the lowest price I've seen them on. $20 light. If I get 6 months out of it, I got my money's worth. And you know, $25 holster, level 2. Like I said, it's not perfect, but you know, until I can afford to get a better light, and maybe even a Smith & Wesson M&P, you know, it's nice. I'm not going to go over all the other features that it has. It has everything that the non-light bearing has, as far as the paddle and belt clips, and it's all the same. The only difference is this one's made for light bearing and the other one's not. Omnivore does make another one for the Streamlight. Those seem to be the only two light bearing ones that they make, but with a little bit of work and a little bit of patience, you can get the security ink to work with the Omnivore. It's not perfect. I think it's reliable enough, though. I mean, the average citizen isn't going to be wrestling around for their gun very often as it is, but it's good to have that extra protection. Anyways, that's today's Jacketed Hollow Points. Please give us a like and subscribe.